How much do the Moonshiners make per episode on Discovery? The moonshine making business is a risky one, as they continue to take part in practices following the Whiskey Rebellion of the 1790s. Every Wednesday night, viewers get to see a glimpse inside the practice of making moonshine, a high-proof liquor which can be made illegally. We found out how much the Moonshiners make per episode on Discovery, alongside their yearly salary coming in from their unique career. Some moonshiners claim to make upwards of $200,000 a year without tax. Those who take part in the liquor distilling practice are thought to make around $200 profit in just over an hour. According to a RDR2 thread, moonshiners make around $200 per hour, taking into account how long it takes to make the beverage. Each moonshiner's earnings vary depending on how successful they are. For example, Josh makes 6 figures a year by making moonshine. The Moonshiners stars are said to be paid up to $30,000 per episode. The highest amount is paid to the richest moonshiner, Tim Smith. However, each cast member's salary varies based on their TV duration. While Mark Rogers is thought to earn $5,000 for each episode, some stars, such as Josh, are rumored to be paid a $100,000 yearly salary. Tim Smith, who has also appeared on the show for several seasons, has accumulated a whopping $700,000 net worth. His co-star Mark Rogers' net worth amounts to around $300,000. Josh Owens has a $400,000 net worth and is said to generate quite a lot of profit from making the alcohol alone. Other moonshiners, Star Tickle has made a $500,000 net worth for himself and is said to have earned over $1 million in the 3rd season alone. The Moonshiners on Discovery at 9 p.m. How much do the Moonshiners make per episode on Discovery? The Discovery Channel's Moonshiners has been a major success since it first aired in 2011. The show follows a group of individuals who engage in the illegal, yet deeply ingrained tradition of moonshining, producing homemade, unlicensed liquor, often in remote and hidden locations in the Appalachian region. Despite the unlawful nature of their craft, the moonshiners featured on the show have gained a loyal following. This success raises a compelling question. How much do the moonshiners make per episode on Discovery? While the exact salaries of the cast members of Moonshiners have not been fully disclosed, there are several factors that can help us estimate how much they earn. These include their contracts, the show's production budget, the revenue generated by the series, and the notoriety the Moonshiners gained from being on television. In this article, we'll break down these components to better understand the financial rewards for these unique stars of reality television. The rise of Moonshiners and its appeal. When Moonshiners first premiered, it piqued the interest of viewers due to its mix of adventure, outlaw culture, and the mystique surrounding moonshine. The show blends real-life documentary footage with elements of drama, and though it's presented as a factual recounting of the moonshiners' lives, many of the events are scripted or heavily edited for entertainment purposes. This combination of fact and fiction draws audiences, and the show quickly gained a fan base. Despite its depiction of illegal activities, the program has remained popular, with the Moonshiners appearing not only on TV, but also at events and conventions, further solidifying their status as minor celebrities. How do TV shows like Moonshiners make money? Before we can estimate how much the cast members of Moonshiners make per episode, it's important to understand how Discovery and similar networks generate revenue from their shows. Television networks, especially cable ones like Discovery, rely on multiple revenue streams for each show. These typically include advertising revenue. Discovery makes money from advertisements aired during Moonshiners episodes. The amount of ad revenue generated depends on the viewership of the show. Shows with higher ratings command higher ad rates, which means more money for both the network and the cast. Syndication. If a show becomes successful, it may be syndicated, meaning it can be sold to other networks or streaming platforms, which can generate additional income. Merchandising. Popular shows sometimes generate additional revenue through merchandise sales, such as branded apparel or even moonshine itself, particularly for a show like Moonshiners that showcases this craft. Streaming and licensing. Shows like Moonshiners can be sold to streaming platforms like Hulu or Netflix. Discovery also benefits from licensing their content to these platforms, which can be highly profitable over time. Product placement and sponsorship. There's also a possibility for product placement within the show. For example, brands of tools, alcohol, or even vehicles could pay for their products to appear in scenes. Cast compensation. How much do the actual stars of Moonshiners take home per episode? This is a little more difficult to pin down, as the salaries of reality TV stars can vary widely depending on the popularity of the show, their level of involvement, and their personal contracts. However, based on reports and industry standards, we can provide some insight's average salary range. For a show like Moonshiners, the cast members likely earn anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 per episode. The lower end of this range is typical for a relatively low-budget reality show, while the higher end is reserved for more established cast members who have become stars in their own right. Given that Moonshiners has been on the air for over a decade and has built a loyal fan base, it's possible that the cast members earn a premium rate as the show's popularity has grown. Incentive-based pay. Another factor that can influence how much the Moonshiners make is incentive-based pay. For shows like Moonshiners, which blend reality with scripted elements, the production team may offer performance-based incentives. This could mean that the more successful the Moonshiners are at producing moonshine, or at generating dramatic moments, the more money they might earn. It's not uncommon for reality TV contracts to include bonus structures that reward cast members for creating compelling storylines or attracting higher ratings. The main cast members. Some of the Moonshiners featured on the show have become more recognizable than others, and their pay is likely to reflect this. Key cast members like Tim Smith, who is one of the original stars of Moonshiners, have built up a reputation and following over the years. Tim, for instance, is not only featured on the show, but has also parlayed his role into a successful business selling legal moonshine. His moonshine business, called Climax Moonshine, likely adds to his earnings in ways that other cast members may not experience. Profit from other ventures. Many of the Moonshiners featured on the show also engage in legal moonshine production, which provides a significant additional income stream. Tim Smith, as mentioned earlier, is a prime example of someone who has turned his role on Moonshiners into a profitable business venture. His distillery not only helps boost his fame, but likely contributes significantly to his overall income. This diversification of income is common among reality TV stars, who use their exposure on the show to promote their businesses, books, or other entrepreneurial ventures. Other Moonshiners. Other Moonshiners, such as Josh Owens and Mark and Digger, have also managed to build successful brands off the show. They've used their television fame to sell products, from branded moonshine to related gear and accessories. The revenue they generate outside of the show further boosts their earnings, making it difficult to estimate just how much they make directly from their Moonshiners appearances. In some cases, their moonshine brands have been picked up for distribution, which could lead to significant earnings beyond the episode's pay. The role of supporting cast. While the main stars of Moonshiners earn a significant amount of money per episode, there are also supporting cast members who may not get as much screen time, but still earn money for their appearances. These supporting members, who might appear as secondary moonshiners or experts, likely earn less, around $5,000 to $10,000 per episode. Their earnings may also be bolstered by other business ventures or side projects connected to the show. Factors influencing moonshiner. Several factors influence how much a moonshiner on Moonshiners can earn, including show popularity. Shows with higher ratings tend to pay more. Moonshiners has remained popular for over a decade, which means its stars are likely receiving higher pay than they would have in the early seasons. Contract negotiations. Like any television show, cast members negotiate their contracts. Those who have been on the show the longest or who play more significant roles in the storylines may be able to demand higher compensation. As cast members become more recognizable, their negotiating power increases. Media exposure. The more media attention the cast gets outside the show, whether through interviews, appearances, or social media, the more likely they are to secure lucrative deals, both from Discovery and from sponsors or other businesses. Product promotion and endorsements. Moonshiners often make money through endorsement deals or by promoting products related to their brand, from moonshine itself to other outdoor or Appalachian-related products. Conclusion. While there is no definitive answer to how much the Moonshiners make per episode of Moonshiners, estimates suggest they can earn anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 per episode, with some earning more through additional business ventures and endorsements. The fame they've gained through their appearances on the show, combined with growing